back again. I'm just going to cover my little composition book with a cover that I used yesterday or the day before on this iCAD. Since this little composition book isn't even as large as an iCAD. This is an iCAD. I'm going to go ahead and cover it like I did on the other one and kind of go from there. The thing that I have to avoid is covering the spine, and the spine is needing to be protected, but I can't protect it with what I use for the front and the back. I have to protect it with either tape or some other kind of binding that will stand up to the folding. Otherwise it will rip and it will not end up being very useful. I'm just going to put some glue down here. And I was thinking about my trip to Uganda. It's a country like Uganda is unfolding in front of our very eyes. I'm not a very political person. I don't enjoy arguing politics or discussing politics really. But when you understand what's going on in Uganda and you look at a country like Syria, you kind of understand how it came to be that a country that is as beautiful as Africa can turn out to be so very devastated by conflict and war and people wanting to take advantage of the people there. And so the person, where they live are in structures that do appear to be damaged by a lot of destruction that probably happened during a certain war that happened there a while ago. They will erupt a little bit into civil unrest, like basically what happened to a minor degree in the recent elections there. Not very long ago, just a few weeks ago, they had some disruptive crowds, some violent police happenings, and people in countries like that are arrested for having basically gatherings to protest. And the one that was running against the other candidate was actually arrested for holding a protest and put in jail for a time, I think maybe for a day or something. So it's hard to think about what it would be like actually to live in a country that's not free. We think we have a lot of limitations on our freedoms and a lot of problems in our country that we don't like. We just, it's not that it keeps us from being who we want to be or doing what we want to do. We just don't like it. But to live in a country where civil disobedience, you're arrested for it, even peaceful civil disobedience, that's different. That's a whole different kind of atmosphere to live in. On top of that, they are a people who are not allowed to have guns. So there's that. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not a real advocate on any certain kind of politics. It's not my nature, or anything else for that matter. Getting in big arguments and in anywhere about this or that politically is not my favorite thing to do. Now, I am aware that I have all of this hanging over the edge, but you'll see that when I'm done, I will have a very clean edge because I've let these hang over. So that's what I did on this high card over here. So I need to locate some more of those paper bag strips, and I'm not sure if they're in here, but I thought I had a lot of them prepared to the side over here so that I could use them. Yeah, I think I have enough if I'm careful. This is the front of the book, so I want it to look really nice. So the reason I was bringing that up is that I have never been to the big cities, and there is one big city that I know that I will see, and that's Entebbe, because that's where we will land. Our airplane will arrive in Uganda in an airport that's in a city named Entebbe, and that is one of the major cities there. Kampala, which the orphanage that I'm going to visit is near. That is a city, but it's not as big as, when I say a big city, I'm talking about New York. That's a big city to me. Kampala is not like that. I don't have the exact number of the population. I think that when I start talking about these things, that's a good lesson for me just now, that I need to have my facts in front of me so that I can actually talk about them. Kampala is near Omega Orphanage Care. It is, it's not a very, I'm told, okay, I haven't been there yet, but I'm told that it's not a very safe city. So I wouldn't want to go for a walk, let's say, on the streets of Kampala so that I could get in my exercise. That's not what a white person would do. So the structures in that city, the reason why I was talking about the big city is I don't know what those buildings look like in the bigger cities. I don't know if they have new construction or if those structures look basically like the other structures. The other structures and the homes that I've seen pictures of nearby where I'm going to be look like those places in Syria and how they look now. When Syria first started getting bombed, it was, I would say, an older city with lots of beautiful landmarks, and now it's a bombed out country. with lots of bombed out structures and a lot of damaged buildings. Well, that's what it reminds me of when I see the pictures that I've seen of Uganda. A lot of structures that have a lot of damage from a war that happened a long time ago. Syria's war is just now happening, and it just happened. Uganda's war was a while ago, and they're still suffering from the effects of what happened when a certain dictator tried to take over that place and basically own it and control it and run it. So it's very sad to see what happens to very beautiful countries. Uganda is near a large lake that is one of its most beautiful places, and I don't know if I'll get to see that place. For only being there for 3 weeks, I'll be there for 3 weeks, and for only being there that long, there won't be a lot of time for me to go sightseeing. So what I want to do and what I have planned to do is I've been invited by Patrick that he would take me to see a lot of nice places there. The zoo, the lake, anywhere basically I want to go. But my purpose in going there is to see the children and work with the children and see the schools and basically just be with them. I would like to be with them. So this is pretty much covered now, and that's what I wanted to tell you about. So I'll see you later.